Okay, I know this is Miami football, but it's really about, I don't know if it's about anything in particular. I'm going to talk about self importance, and it's the need for attention. Attention whores are usually what this is called. And most of the time, if you're dealing with attention whores, um, they just have to have your attention. The old saying, where your attention goes, energy flows, is not necessarily true. There's a lot of teachings that I've gone through over the years, and they're, a short and sweet sentence like that, where your attention goes, energy flows. And through many years of looking at these things, I mean, when you're a student, when you're trying to learn things, you jot that down. It's a very easy one. Where your attention goes, energy flows. So is it like every time you hear a loud noise, you turn your head? Are you sending your personal energy there, or is it just your attention? Is there an energy flow when I turn over there and I look over there? The answer is no. No, it's not true. Uh, there's just so many lies. You pay money to go and get teachings of all different kinds from different people. And some of the time, uh, you get confused because some of the things they teach you are really good, really good. And it's just that sometimes they tack on stupid, 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 stupid things. And because you got something that you know is great, and then they give you something else, and normally what people say is it doesn't resonate with you. If something doesn't resonate with you, you kind of naturally go. Sometimes these spiritual teachers will force some of these stupid teachings on you. And sometimes you later on, might take you some years later before you reflect on some of these things. And you try to separate the wheat from the chaff. In other words, what were the good things that I learned from this teacher? And what were the stupid things that are just dumb that I thought were dumb back then? And and then you start looking at the character flaws of the teacher. In other words, why would this teacher be promulgating this stuff as being true? What are they getting out of it? Where did they learn this? And should you trust your gut with these things? Yes. Sometimes you're surprised, though. Sometimes things that, well, sometimes you just have to go and try it out. Because you just don't know until you've had the experience. And sometimes people will say that to you. You won't know until you go and try it out yourself. Is it true? Mm. The problem is so many marketing campaigns use these things. And there's just so much marketing bullshit that's thrown our way to get us to sign up for things. And all of the time, it's money, your money going out the window to somebody else who's a snake and just vacuuming up people's naivete. In other words, people don't know. So, I'm just going to make a really good marketing campaign. And oh my God, it's just horrible. It's just horrible. There's never going to be an easy way to remind you that everything you really need you can get from your inner silence. And if you go and do your inner quietude, you might be bothered by voices. Voices you used to think were your own internal voice because it's always been there. Everyone's got their own internal voice and they think it's them. But after you do meditation, and you might need several good meditation books that indicate to you, you watch the thoughts that come up and you watch those voices, or you hear those voices, and you well, it just takes some time to come to the realization, after you've heard people say it enough times, that voice inside your head is not you. And your internal will might be, I wish that voice would shut up. And it doesn't shut up. Eventually, you come to the point where you perceive that those voices that won't shut up are parasites. They are parasites, and they are parasites in your mind. And sometimes the things that are parasites in your mind also start to parasite your body. What are these things? These things are interestingly not really talked about too much. Meditation people know that these things are, usually they say it's your mind making up voices. Is it so? It's not useful to think of that, because if it won't shut up, then you start blaming yourself. Why is my mind making these voices? Usually what I end up saying is these voices are voices of the archons. Archons are, well, it's easy to say, mind parasites. They are the voices that won't shut up. And what else are these archons all about? That's all they are. They're an incredible annoyance. What do they want? They want your attention more than anything. They are very low vibrational egos. Mental things. So a mental ego is a personality. And if you think of some of the real jackasses that you've met in the external world, in other words, other people that are just jackasses, that's what these internal voices are. They're not having a physical form that you can see, but they're talking in your head. So what are they doing? They're using telepathy. They're using telepathy, and they are talking and talking and talking. And originally, because you've heard them since you were a child, you just thought that those voices were your voices. But they're not your voices. They're not your voices. They're not your voices. They are parasites. They are egos, which are other personalities using telepathy to get into your mind, and they just love to bother you. What can you do about them? One of these parasites keeps saying this, what are you going to do about me? Mostly what you do with these ones is you got to have your will. Your will is your will, and your will is your will. What is your will? It's not those parasites. Those parasites will direct you to do stupid things. Quite often, they're interested in sexual matters. They're very, very much interested in everything to do with pornography, and they're interested in everything to do with getting you involved with sexual things. What else are they interested in doing? Mostly confusing you. They get great pleasure at lying to you and making you waste your money on buying things. They love you to go shopping. And they're the ones that the voice in your mind that says, I gotta have that thing. Or maybe it's on sale, buy it today. You'll never see a better value. They'll make you buy way too much stuff and they're never satisfied. That voice in your head, it'll be like, tomorrow, let's go shopping again. That thing will make you run up your credit card, buy a super expensive car that you don't need, but you think it's your voice. And when, it makes you feel good when you bought something. It's like just before you're going to buy it, it's like, I really made it. This is the best thing. It will convince you that you are doing something because it'll talk to you. This is the right one. This is the right one. You can feel it. And these voices will play with your feelings. So if you start feeling really good about something, it might not be a good thing at all. It might be one of these parasites sending you a vibration that you think is pleasurable. And quite often, the sexual things that they want you to get involved in, they will send you a sexy feeling, horniness. Horniness that you think, well, that's just normal for humans. It's not. It's the parasites sending you the vibration. Sometimes you might feel really depressed. That's not natural for you. That is the parasites sending you a vibration that is making you feel depressed. And these parasites are incredibly strong. They will send you, sometimes you'll find yourself getting very teary-eyed and emotional. That's not you. You are, no, this stuff is being sent to you by telepathy. These ones will also work on other human beings in your city to arrange you to meet certain other people. Why? Because they've got them under mind control as well. How many people do they have under mind control? Pretty much all the humans on the planet have got the parasite. It's scary. Oh, yeah, it's scary because these parasites will make you do things, horrible things. Horrible, horrible things to people that you love because they will convince you to cheat on your partner. They will convince you to take a job that you really shouldn't take. And they're always going against your best interest. They will, they really are horrible things. They are total parasites and they gloat. They gloat. In other words, they get a lot of pleasure, their own pleasure, in seeing you run around like their voodoo child. Because that's what it is. It's voodoo on you. These things are known as lower astral beings or entities. And when they're talking to you and pretending to be you, that's what they do. It's a masquerade. Big masquerade ball where they, because you've had them since you were a child, they've always been there, so you just think they're normal. And you talk to other people, and other people, yeah, we got the inner voice. Everyone knows you got an inner voice. And, if you're going to go and write something, they might give you something to write. Don't you have the ability to write something on your own? If you can get really clear of these parasites, you can access really good information. But these parasites are unbelievably numerous, and they're sneaky, and they're way older than you. These things are public enemy number one. And the best way to deal with them is to be aware of them. To be aware of them and become very wise. In other words, Rationally, it makes no sense to go into huge debts on your credit card, to take out bank loans to buy all kinds of stuff that your salary or your wages just won't pay for. You know what high interest rates are like. Payday loans, super high interest rates. These are loan sharks. This is generally considered illegal in a lot of places if you call it loan sharking. In other words, if you privately loan some money to someone else at a very high interest rate, the mafia used to do this, or probably still does. These payday loan places are they're basically the same as the mafia. They charge unbelievably high interest rates, and they're profiting on you. And if you're going there, don't go there. But I have to have money. Then you need to downsize or get a job that'll pay you more money. Don't go into debt with the banks or payday loans or credit cards. Never. Never, 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 never. And if these voices are encouraging you to do that, well, it's very difficult to have a separate self from these disgusting things. They never shut up because they want your attention, because they just are constantly wanting to laugh at you. You're their little voodoo person. They've got voodoo on you. The time of these evil things is coming to an end because we are waking up to that's what these things are. And as we talk about it to other people and other people get wise to this stuff, you have to understand these things. Being on planet Earth, you know there are constantly people out to get you. It's a predatory place. Maybe that's where this predator comes in. People are predating on you. The banks predate on you. They want you to take out mortgages to buy houses that you really wouldn't afford to buy. You know, there's the slumlords that charge you outrageous rents for a place to live. Car dealerships charge you outrageous amounts of money for cars. Gasoline companies charge you outrageous amounts for gasoline. Governments charge you outrageous taxes. Everywhere you go, you've got alligators and crocodiles wanting to eat you. Planet Earth is a hell world. It's full of hellish people and internal parasites. I mean, everyone knows that there's microorganisms, bacteria, and viruses that are parasites. Well, there's parasites that are mind parasites too. Be wise, be aware of these things, and talk about it with other people. Don't be afraid. If they say, seek help or something, you've got voices or schizophrenia, these people are toxic, and the voices that they are talking with are the voices of their parasites. A person who really listens to you is a person who's got a high vibration. They have got a lot of consciousness. The people who say you're crazy, these people are totally infested with these kind of mind parasites. These mind parasites are very mean, demonic things. But their time is coming to an end because uh, they're just not relevant to us anymore. No, they're still relevant to us, but their time is coming to an end because they can't live without us. They do require human beings in order to, they feed on us. They feed on us, and it's not really necessary to tell you why they need to feed on us. Only the fact is they don't eat human food. You know, we get energy from eating food. They don't eat food, but they eat our processed energy. In other words, in our consciousness, they get energy from us. And they need us to feed on. And if we get really wise, and a lot of us raise our vibration, then they can't feed on us anymore. They say, it's not necessary for you to listen to Bob because Bob is also infested with us. The answer is, it's not me infested with them. It is insufficient data. That means they will lie to you about so many things. They lie, 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 lie. They are the ultimate demonic liars. And if you are fighting these things, they are very hard to eradicate because you can't just take some antibiotics to get rid of them. It takes endless you being yourself. And they will torture you, these things. These things are absolutely horrible, archons. And there's a lot of snaky people that say, oh, I'll help you if you pay me money. Don't ever pay people money to help you with archons. They won't work. All they want is your money, and it's other archons in them that want your money. Most archons are, you can't say most archons because they are just like people. They're personalities, but they're all very hard to understand until you've spent some time with them. And once you've spent time with them, you come to hate them. You hate them as much as you hate an infection on your arm or something, or some dread disease. You hate having a disease, and you hate these mind parasites. They keep saying, what are you going to do about it? The point of the matter is, if you can get rid of them, you will. When will you get the ability to get rid of them? Mostly by becoming very aware of them and holding your ground. And sometimes you will fall down because remember, these things, some of them are thousands of years old. Can you imagine a demon thousands of years old taking on you? They have had plenty of experience screwing with humans so many ways. When are they going to be dead? It's going to be, mostly can't even tell you, but they are going to be dead when you wake up to them and everyone else wakes up to them. It seems like a big process. But then again, all humans know, don't go swimming when there's alligators and crocodiles in the pool. Be careful in Florida golf courses that have got water hazards where these things live. It's awareness. What about the people who are possessed by these things, who are out predating on other humans? I call them capitalists. And they don't care about humans. They They'll kick you when you're down. And our whole society is infested with capitalists. They want the money and they don't care about humans. We have to wake up and we have to change. It's not only about love for other people, it's about the right thing to do. Speak up, talk about it. Archons, mind parasites. Sometimes they're called mitote. Mitote was a word used by Don Miguel Ruiz in his books, like the Four Agreements or the Fifth Agreement. They're being talked about in spiritual teachings. But beware, because there are so many people who are saying, yeah, you've got these things and I can help you with them, pay me money. Those people are infested with these things. Don't go near them.